Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. We are back with another first impressions today. We are trying out Colorwave Nails. So I've got quite a little collection of dip powders here, so we're going to swatch these up and we'll pick a few out to make a simple mani. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then stick around. We're getting into it. So if you did not catch my video on 5 brands I wanted to try in 2022, I'll have it linked for you in the cards. But Colorwave Nails was one of the brands that was on that list. I told you I was very intrigued by them because it is owned by 2 Instagrammers. So it's a relatively new brand. They haven't been out for very long and they have a pretty small collection so far, but they are putting out new releases periodically and they're starting to grow their company. So when I was going through their site, there were quite a few colors I was interested in, so I just picked up a kind of an assortment of everything just so I could kind of test everything out and see what I thought. So I had intended on getting this video up a little while ago, but I got a little delayed and I'll explain why here in a second. But I don't have the original bag that everything came in, but everything did come nicely wrapped in the mail and I did not have any spillage whatsoever. They also included a very sweet note in there as well, which, I always appreciate a handwritten note because I know that running a business is very time consuming and takes a lot of work. And so to take the time to include a handwritten note is such a nice touch. All right, so before we get into the details, if you're curious about the mani in my left hand, it is my SNS dip powder mani that I did. It's kind of a tap ombre. I decided against using the French dip tray. I just didn't really find it looked very aesthetically pleasing on these longer nails, but that's just me. But it was an interesting experience. I was originally toying with the idea of doing a video on this one, but honestly, the liquids I felt were kind of mediocre and I just wasn't really that excited about making a whole video on it, so I ended up just doing a reel. But I will say this, their powders were very finely milled and the powders are beautiful. Just the liquids I wasn't really the biggest fan of. So anyway, I'd rather save my videos for some things I'm excited about, like trying new brands. So anyway, let's get into some more details about this order. So the reason this video is a little bit late is because initially when I placed my order, I had ordered the color Brook. And when they sent me my order, everything was correct except for they inadvertently sent me Cherry Fizz instead of Brook, which, they are relatively close as far as colors go, but it wasn't what I was wanting. So I did email their little customer service email they had, and I actually got a response within 24 hours. It was very polite. They were very apologetic, and they said, keep Cherry Fizz on us, and we'll send out the correct dip Brook the very next day. And the next day I get shipping confirmation. So, that is wonderful to me. Mistakes are going to happen no matter whether it's a small business or a large business. Things are going to happen, but to have such a prompt response and a prompt resolution, and I just felt like everything was handled so professionally, and they included a handwritten note with that one too. Sorry for the mix-up, and I just really appreciate those little touches. So bravo. I really think the customer service experience from beginning to end was wonderful. So that's just a little overview for you. So let's take a look at the packaging here. So this is the 1/4 ounce jar. So this one right here has the kind of a reddish metallic top to it, and then it's got the Colorwave emblem on it with the color over top of that. And then, like I said, this is a standard size 1/4 ounce jar, and then on the side here you've got the brand name Colorwave dip powder. So very nice packaging, and I like the red metallic top. It brings a little something different. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at these swatches. So the first one I have here is called Vanilla Ice, and it's the lightest one I picked up. It is a white, but it's got quite a heavy shimmer in it. It's kind of a silvery pearl shimmer. The next one we have here is called Avalanche, and this is a very fun glitter. It's more of a fine to medium texture, and it's got kind of pastel, smaller glitters in it. There's a bit of bar glitters, a little bit of holographic pieces. It's a really fun mix. The next one we have is called Santa Sippin', and this is a clear base with very fine gold shimmer in it, and it's really quite beautiful. It makes more of a sheer look. The next one here we have is cashmere, and this is a very light creamy beige. It does have a hint of shimmer in it. The next one we have is Ice Queen, and it is a solid, very pale purple with blue undertones. The next one we have is called After Hours, and it is a chunkier glitter, and it is full of black and pink and gold tones. The next one we have is Rouge, and it is a very, I would say it is a neutral medium pink. The next one we have is Brook, and this is a very similar color to Rouge, except the pink is a little bit warmer and there's a bit more shimmer in it. Next one I have here is Cherry Fizz, and this is the one I was sent by accident. It's a very interesting formula. It is more of a solid, but then it does have a very sparse smattering of fine glitter throughout. It makes a really interesting look when you swatch it. Next we have Speakeasy, which is a stunning mix of red and purple and gold and pink glitters. The next one we have here is called Aspen, and this is a solid medium blue. The next one we have here is Nightcap, and it is a chunky glitter mix, and it's got blue and iridescent tones in it. And last but not least we have Lavish, and it is a solid purple with pink undertones. So I definitely had a bit of a tough time picking out what I wanted to use, but in the end I chose these three. So I've got Aspen, Ice Queen, and Avalanche here. Alright, so we're going to put Ice Queen on the thumb and the pinky, and then we're going to put Aspen on the middle finger, and then we're going to put Avalanche on the pointer and the ring. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start here with Ice Queen, and I'm going to back off for a bit and let you see for yourself what you think of these, and then I'll give you my initial thoughts here in a bit, so I'll be right back.
Your face in the crowd, I never thought that I would see you tonight. We lock eyes and you smile, every single memory comes back to life. Your lips pressed against mine after a night out. We got drunk and ended up at your place. From the moment that I saw you, I knew that it was the bet that you felt the same. Standing here, I need to let you know, what if I had never let you go? Standing here, I need to let you know that I need you tonight. You should know that I miss you. got drunk and ended up at your place. That kind of love is not easy to find, babe. I haven't felt that since you went away. Standing here, I need to let you know. What if I had never let you go? Standing here, I need to let you know that I need you tonight. You should know that I miss you.
Okay guys, so that is 2 coats on both the solids, so let me get into my initial thoughts. 2 coats was definitely enough to get opacity. I really like the shade of this particular purple because it ends up being a little bit more of a blue based light purple, which looks really nice. Usually they're a little bit more pink toned, so I like the color change. The blue, I'm not 100% sold on, to be honest with you. I like it, I'm just not in love with it. It seems to me that's a little bit more white based, and so I feel like I'm missing some of that richness from the color. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. That's just my personal feelings on it, but there's nothing wrong with the powder, but it's just me. I just was hoping for a little bit more richness from it. But, you know, as far as the application and the powders going on, I didn't have any issues whatsoever. I'm pretty sure nobody's surprised to see that I picked out a white holographic iridescent glitter, right? Because, you know, that's definitely my jam. So I had to, of course, pick this one up, and I'm really excited about this one. And I would say that even though it was definitely part of a winter collection, I think this could easily be pulled off for spring too, just due to the pastels in it. This is quite a fun little glitter mix, and no issues with application, laid pretty flat, but then again it is more of a finer texture. But you know, given that there's bar glitters in there, I didn't really struggle to get it to lay pretty flat, and once I get it encapsulated and clear, then anything that was sticking up even just a little bit got completely covered. I Alright, so here's where we are after everything's been applied. That was 2 coats of everything. Now I'm just going to go ahead and finish activating these glitters, and then I will go file and buff off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright, filing and buffing went really well. It didn't really have any issues. I kind of wondered if with these white based solids if I was going to have any marbling, and I didn't experience that, so that was good to see. So I'm keeping this look pretty simple because it is a first impression, so I'm just going to end up putting a little bit of striping tape on that middle finger and top coating everything else. So I'll go ahead and get the top coat finished on everything else and just finish that blue nail with you guys. I'm really loving this shade of light purple. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I think it's just that blue undertone, but I really, really like it. Alright, so just to go ahead and try and tie everything together, we're going to put some of these white striping decals on this blue nail. So these are from iGel Beauty. These are a little bit different than using striping tape. These stick much better. They're far less of a headache. I have sung the praises of these on many of my videos already. I'll have them linked for you down below. But iGel Beauty and I know Decals by Melissa both sell these striping decals, and they make it's so much easier to use than striping tape. I can't stand striping tape. It drives me bonkers. But even with these decals, the secret here is to get it stuck down really well and then to try to trim it a little bit shorter than the edge of the nail. You want to leave a little bit of room there where your top coat can get around it so that you're not going to have any problems with peeling. But yeah, since I discovered striping decals, you couldn't pay me enough to use striping tape ever again. I just can't stand it. It never wants to stick for me. And please tell me I'm not the only one. I mean, never. So I'm just finishing these up by putting a layer of gel base, and then I did 2 layers of gel top coat over top just to make sure everything was nice and sealed in there so that I wouldn't have to risk any peeling. Alright, so here's the look all finished up, and it's kind of giving me springy vibes as well as wintry vibes, so I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and take care of those dried cuticles, and we're going to use a newer one that I picked up from Scales of a Mermaid, and this is Snowberry. This smells just like freshly baked blueberry muffins. I am obsessed, and I think it's definitely seasonless. I know it's called Snowberry, but I mean, anytime you want to smell blueberry pancakes, you just bust this baby out, right? But yeah, I don't know what it is. I love cuticle oils that smell like food. Everything I seem to really enjoy as far as cuticle oil smells like food, so I don't know. Alright, so that's going to finish this up. So let me give you my first impressions here. I had a really great experience from start to finish. From the beginning of ordering to receiving my order, everything went really well, and the small hiccup was resolved in a timely manner. I really liked the personal touches they included. The packaging was great. I'm really happy with the whole experience. Now, as far as the powders go, I don't have any complaints there either. The only minor thing I would say again was that blue wasn't really what I was expecting. It's not a bad dip powder. It's just I wanted a little bit more richness, I think, from it. So because of that, I kind of felt a little wanting from it. But the purple, I'm definitely a huge fan of. I love the undertone of it. I feel like it's definitely more of a unique light purple that I've seen, and the glitter is just super fun. So, you know, like I said, no complaints with the application either. Just the blue is just a personal preference, I guess. So I know they've recently been putting out some new colors. So I think if you see anything from Colorwave that you're really interested in, I don't think you'd be disappointed at all in the experience or in the application. So I'd say go check them out and see if there's anything you're interested in and pick something up. So I'll have their website linked down below, and I'm really glad I got to try them, and I'm going to continue to try as many new brands as I can this year, because I've definitely so far made some new discoveries that I've absolutely loved, and that's the thing, you know, if you never try, you may not know what you're missing. And just a friendly reminder, guys, if you did not enter my giveaway in my last video, I will have it linked for you in the cards, but that's going to be my 500 subscriber giveaway, so make sure you go and enter it if you haven't already done so. It's going to close February 5th on Saturday, February 5th at 8 p.m. Central. And I'm also running my giveaway on Instagram, so I will have my Instagram link for you down below as well, so make sure you go enter that one if you haven't already, because you can definitely enter both. Alright guys, that's going to complete this video, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you did find it helpful. If you did, it would help me out so much if you would give me a thumbs up down below. And while you're there, if you have not subscribed already, I hope you will consider subscribing before you go. And don't forget that notification bell. We got new content coming every Tuesdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. Central. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Got drunk and ended up at your place. From the moment that I saw you, I knew that it was love, bet that you felt the same. Charlie, is that how doggies sit? Why do you sit like that, weirdo? You're like, Mommy, you're making me feel self-conscious. Well, I'm just saying, like, is that how doggies sit? Is it? You're cute though, I'll say that.